There's a room somewhere deep inside of me, but I can only see it on rare occasions. This is where all my memories of her live. But lately the details are fuzzier, fading to nothing. And nothing scares me more than the idea of forgetting her. But what can I do? Can't stop time. I can't go back. All I can do is keep walking. But something is changing now. I can feel it. Nothing seems real, and everything seems possible. I see it now. I know where the center is. I know where to find her. The only way out is in.
Well, hello, everybody. We are back. Dark Horse Comics here. It's Wednesday, which means that it's New Comic Book Day, new releases in comic shops. So we are here to give you a rundown of everything that's new from Dark Horse Comics. I am Kara. I work in marketing at Dark Horse, and I'm excited to welcome back my friend and coworker, Brett Israel, who also works at Dark Horse. Hey, Brett.
Hello.
Brett is an editor at Dark Horse. You want to give people like a little intro, what kinds of stuff you work on?
Sure. I feel like as the last time I was on, I work on two books we're going to talk about today: Jenny Zero, The Worst Dudes. A lot of cool creator-owned stuff like No One Left to Fight, Dead Dog's Bite, which hardcover is coming out soon. As well as I help on a number of our art books, like the Sonic Encyclopedia that's coming out soon, and
Encyclopedia,
and all those craziness stuff. So yeah,
yeah. Brett works on a lot of our projects, different sorts. So it's always exciting to have him join us and give some insights on the comics we're going to look at today. So we have a lot of new releases this week. We're not going to spend a lot of time going over too many of the announcements and things. Stream info, though, for those who are joining us live here on Twitch today, we are going to have a giveaway as usual. You can enter to win a prize pack of all the single issues we're going to talk about in a few minutes here. To enter the giveaway, let me hit the button right now to get us going. Enter the keyword in the chat. Once and only once, Dean Martin, all one word, all lowercase. Dean Martin is the keyword today. Why? You'll find out in a few minutes. It does have something to do with the comics, which if you're a reader and you already went to your comic shop today and you already got these, then you may already know why. But no spoilers. We'll get there in a minute. So keyword Dean Martin in the chat, enter that, win some copies of the comics we're going to show off in a second here. And that's about it. You can ask us questions about the comics as we go along in the chat. Our moderators will be looking out. And a reminder that everything we talk about today is new today in comic shops. The graphic novels and books may be available a bit later. It's usually 2 weeks or can be a bit later nowadays with ongoing shipping delays thanks to COVID pandemic backups. But books will be available in comic shops starting today and bookstores and other book retailers in a couple of weeks later this month. We will continue to update you on those things on Dark Horse social media. It's at Dark Horse Comics on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, all the places. Comic shops, though, we like to recommend you shop local if you can. Brett, would you like to call out any local comic shops or places that you like that people can order online or anything?
Sure. So good local stores in Portland, there are so many of them. Cosmic Monkey, Books with Pictures, and Floating World, I feel like are the three that get named every week. But gonna call them out again.
Always.
As well as in my local store growing up. Brave New World in Philadelphia is great. So
nice. Spread it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We shout out a lot of our, because we're based in the Portland, Oregon area. We have a lot of local shops, which we're lucky to have that. If you don't have a lot of local shops in your area, though, comicshoplocator.com can help you find shops near you. It does also work outside North America. There, you just need to select the little outside North America option that's on the website there. And there's also shops like Things from Another World, tfaw.com, that offer shipping to kind of wherever. And a lot of other comic shops now have online orders too. So worth checking around and shop local if you can. Like I said, we're not going to spend too much time on news and announcements today because we do have a lot of new releases to show off. But quickly, just a reminder that Free Comic Book Day is coming up. Usually in normal times, that happens in May. During pandemic times, though, they've had to change that a bit. The event is still happening. It's going to be on August 14th this year, which is upcoming Saturday. And check with your local comic shops. Again, you can use comicshoplocator.com or freecomicbookday.com to find out which shops are participating. They will have all sorts of free comics for you, some from every publisher. Our comics for Free Comic Book Day this year. So we have an all ages offering that's for kids as well. As usual, there's 2 stories in 1 issue. That one is Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, 2 stories. The gold offering, which is more adults, that one is 1 story from Critical Role and 1 story from The Witcher. So you can see more details about those at our website and also freecomicbookday.com. Other new announcements, we had you might have heard of this guy, Scott Snyder. Maybe at some point. He's a big guy in comics. We're very excited to finally be able to talk about this partnership that we've got with Scott Snyder and his own Best Jacket Press and Comixology. He's bringing 8 different new books, new series to Comixology first. So they'll be on Comixology Originals as digital comics. And then later, like we've been doing with other Comixology books, Dark Horse will be publishing all of those in print. So it's very exciting. 8 different books with all-star casts of creators. You've got Francesco Francavilla, for example. You've got Tula Lote. Like, there are so many different genres and styles, and whatever you like, I think you'll find something in there. So details on darkhorse.com if you want to learn more about that. But without further ado, we do have a lot of new releases. So I am going to have us dive into that now, starting with Brett. Brett is going to take it away with a number 1.
Yeah. So the newest chapter, I guess, I don't know what else to call it, of the Outerverse from Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden. This is The Golem Walks Among Us. I didn't shout it. I'm sorry. If you know, there's an exclamation point. With art from returning Peter Berting and Michelle Madsen on colors. This is kind of, I'm going to butcher the name of the last series, Kajukaru. Is that right?
That's very close, and I think it's good.
Very much in that vein. It's a story in Europe during World War II-ish times, or in the past, where there are witches that are essentially trying to take over the world. And this golem, Joseph the Golem, he wakes up from being in slumber for a long time, and he's trying to save a town, basically, to sum it up very poorly.
He's a good guy. But he's looking out.
Exactly, as you would expect from the creators of Joe Golem. So he encounters not only witches and like the supernatural stuff you'd expect, but an old enemy, and there's vengeance involved. And you know, it's the greatness that you want from this team. So yeah.
The Outerverse continues to expand. Those Peter Bergting covers, for those who are Mignola fans or have been following along. So the Outerverse tales, we've been doing a lot more of those lately. And so, yeah, that's Joe Golem. That's Baltimore, Lady Baltimore, all of those other characters. They kind of exist in this interconnected universe, and they're showing now how those threads are connected. They're bringing that outer verse together, both Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden. And those Peter Bergting covers, one of them is part of a triptych, a 3-part art. It's one art that they split into 3 covers, basically. And so this is the third and final piece of that triptych on The Golem Walks Among Us this month. But the previous ones you saw on Imogen of the Weirding Way and Kojikaru the Skinner. So collect them all. You can put the triptych together if you get those variant covers. I like the bat, especially. You got like Camazotz in the background there. So good big bat boy.
Just half though.
Only half. Yeah, you have to connect. You have to get all the covers to connect the bat.
How they get you.
We have another exciting horror #1 out this week, actually. New series starring one of our other major horror writers, Cullen Bunn. Might have heard of him. Harrow County, for example, The Sixth Gun, one of my all-time favorite comics. So Cullen is back. I don't know how he does all these projects at once. Like
I don't know. It's insane.
He and Jeff Lemire and some of these other folks are so creative, so much going on all the time. I don't know. But Lucky Double #1 is the new series starting today. Art in this is by Fran Galán and letters by Torres. This team is amazing. Like, they work so well together. The art in this is gorgeous. I've seen some reviews going out of the series already that are just talking about how beautiful it is. It's gory and beautiful at the same time. It's beautiful horror. Lucky Devil, it's kind of a humor horror series. A down on his luck schlub is possessed by a malevolent demon. Just when he thinks things can't get worse, the exorcism goes wrong, and he finds that somehow he's retained all of the entity's supernatural gifts. After a path of revenge on all the people that have wronged him, he begins to gather worshipers and form a cult, like you do when you have evil supernatural gifts. But the legions of hell don't take kindly to this, and they send demonic agents to murder the schlub-turned god before he gains too much power. So this debuts today. You don't have to take my word for it. People seem to really like this so far. I'm really glad that both the art and the story are resonating with people. And so if you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of Cullen Bunn, I highly recommend that you check out Lucky Devil. There's my pitch.
So, kind of a completely different, completely left turn here. But this week, the last issue of Jenny Zero #4, is coming out. This is kind of what the whole series has been building toward. It's the big fight, the kaiju mecha robot giant fight. That's, it's everything. If you've been reading along, it's everything you've wanted up until this moment. But as well as that, there is a secret about Dean Martin, the dog. Yes. So you will want to see what that secret is. It is very heartwarming to me personally. So you're definitely going to want to check this out. You're going to want to get all of the other issues 1 through 3 before reading this. For sure. I'm jumping in on the last issue. That sounds insane to me, but I don't know. Maybe if you want to do that, that's cool. From the writing team of Brockton McKinney, Dave Duange, artist Magenta King, colorist Dam, D-A-M. I'm just going to say Dam for ease.
That's what I would say. And now you see, folks, why Dean Martin is the entry keyword for the giveaway today to win copies of this single issue and all the other single issues. Yes. Dean Martin. I love dog characters, pets in comics. So cats also, whatever. So I had to highlight that. Dean Martin. Also, it's a great name for a pet.
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
He sings like Dean, so.
Jenny Zero is really fun. We've had the team on stream a couple times recently to chat about the book. Brockton McKinney and Dave Dwanch. They're both great. They're hilarious. You can watch those past broadcasts here on our Twitch channel now and our YouTube channel also. We're just Dark Horse Comics on YouTube also. Worth watching. We also had the Worst Dudes guys on one stream with them, which Brett will talk about that in a little bit in a minute too. But yeah, it's funny. These two comics keep coming out, the same week each week. So it's fun to kind of team them up, and they're I think they would kind of appeal to a similar audience.
Nice refined palette.
Yes, for the highbrow
Yeah.
comics fans. The kaiju in this are really fun. Dean Martin the dog, you have the fish gun. It's just wild and all over the place. They also put together some playlists, music playlists. Sometimes we have creators who use a lot of music, in their writing, or just have music to accompany the comics as you read. And so Dave and Brockton put together these music playlists for all of Jenny Zero. So coming later today, you'll see the final issue playlist added to our website. It's going to be on darkhorse.com, in our news feed, and then on Spotify for you to listen. Get ready to have your face melted. There's a lot of metal in these playlists, so be forewarned. It added a lot more like Slayer to my own rotation. Like, if you let it play, it does the radio thing, and it's like, oh, you listen to a lot of this. You should listen to more Anthrax now.
Just for you.
So shredding playlist coming up. Stay tuned. We'll announce on social media for sure. Switching back, as we tend to do, we have another kind of 180 in terms of comic theme. Cyberpunk. We have a new Cyberpunk 2077 comic out today. This continues the You Have My Word current series. This is issue number 2. This is continuing to be written by CD Projekt Red. He's also the narrative writer there, Bartosz Stybor. He's also been writing some of our Witcher comics, doing a great job with those. It's like he knows the properties or something. Like he really understands cyberpunk and the gritty world. So written by Bartosz, art in this one by Jesus Hervas, colors by Julia Brusco, and covers are by Jesus and also Mattia De Iulis, who's been contributing a bunch of the cyberpunk covers. Really beautiful, bold colors, kind of interesting cover art this time around. In issue number 2, with the death of her daughter embroiled in a network of dangerous cyberpunks and a suspicious connection to a major corporation, our main character, Teresa, returns to a life she had left behind. But Night City has grown larger and darker. To get some answers, she'll need an upgrade. So if you like cyberpunk, the game, the video game, the board games, these comics are fun explorations of, other parts of the gritty underbelly of Night City that you maybe don't get to see in the games, kind of exploring the characters, the gangs, the life. They're fun, and the art is really beautiful. So You Have My Word, issue 2, new today.
I love all of the CD, the Witcher and cyberpunk stuff is always really, really strong. I'm because someone from their team is writing the book, or they're very heavily involved. It's the world is super rich in all of them. They're all great. I like
all. Yeah. The stories are genuinely very good. Cyberpunk, obviously a pretty different tone than The Witcher, but the Witcher stories that Bartosz has been doing, I mean, regular viewers know I love The Witcher. Like I love The Witcher. And Bartosz, these are getting dark. I mean, the stories that they're telling are dark. They're dealing with really human elements, like kind of diving into Geralt's psyche, and just gorgeous art. We have a really all-star team on the current Witcher comics. They're called Witch's Lament. More to come too, as announced at WitcherCon. But yeah, it's fun getting to explore more of those video game worlds, both cyberpunk and Witcher. Did you work on the cyberpunk art book also?
I did. That was quite a journey. But I'm saying that in a good way. The book is like super, super dense of content, and it was we were lucky, and I was thankful enough that we were able to get the book out a little bit before the game came out. So it was like a little primer right before you were able to get into the world of the game, which I think worked perfectly for everyone. So
yeah. I guess that's sort of disingenuously, because we had Brett and Ian, you're another editor at Dark Horse. Both of you work on a lot of our art books, especially Ian. And so, earlier, I guess last year now, we featured the art of Cyberpunk 2077. We had that beautiful deluxe edition as well, and kind of showed off all of the bells and whistles and extras. You got like the postcards of all the vehicles, the Cybertruck.
So many add-ins in that ultra rare deluxe edition thing. Yeah,
it's cool. The whole thing opens up like a game cartridge sort of thing. You get like the temporary tattoos. The art's really cool. I love the whole book has like fake ads, so it makes you feel like you're really reading something from the world of cyberpunk. It's really well done. Really well done. Anyway, new cyberpunk comics issue, telling extra stories in the world of cyberpunk as well. And then we're going to spin it back around to another one of Brett's titles.
Yes. So the book that is affectionately known as the story that'll turn all of your other comics yellow. The Worst Dudes issue 3 is out today. As the blurb you'll see on our website and various places say, people are saying, what am I looking at? We should be ashamed of ourselves. And what the hell is Dark Horse thinking? I don't know what we're thinking. This book is like completely off the rails, ridiculous. It's so much fun. We're following these 3 worst dudes. Sam is on the cover here, Sam Sugar, saying his catchphrase, "It's okay with me," as they continue their search for the missing god-ish being Zephyr. And this issue features both an opening scene that made me take a walk around the block after I read it in the script, and my favorite page of the whole series, the last page. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the coming next caption in this issue is an all-timer. So you need to get the book. These also feature special print-only backup stories or backup comics from cartoonist Rory Blank. You have to get the print editions of the single issues for those. They will not be on the digital ones, and they will not be in the trade. So, yeah.
That backup story looks really fun. I am sad that it won't be in more things.
The backups are ridiculous. If you follow Rory on any of his social media, it's you know what it is.
Yeah.
Very Adult Swimmy kind of stuff. So
Adult Swim Robin Hood kind of.
Aubrey's other book.
And am I crossing the streams? Oh no.
So Savage Hearts has a backup by Goran Gligovich, which is it's like Robin Hood-ish.
Right. That one, yes.
Also print only, also single issue only. So
all Aubrey all the time. Get them all. Collect them all.
Sure.
If you had to like cast the Worst Dudes for a series, who would you cast for these major characters? Who could pull these off?
Yeah, that's so like I think it's kind of cliche or it's easy to say that Sam on the cover here is written kind of like Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction, like specifically in Pulp Fiction, not in any of the other roles.
Yeah.
So like I think that one's kind of easy, and also, but like Cal is a big cat man, so I have no idea who would do that.
I feel like maybe in his younger years, like Jeff Bridges almost could pull it off, but
he's like
David Harbour maybe.
Yeah, I think David Harbour's a good call out because I'm nervous about like Jeff Bridges has like his like relaxedness because of
he's playing so chill.
Yeah, Cal is not a relaxed.
Cal's not chill.
Relaxed being.
No. Cal's very intense. Aubrey also has been sharing a lot on his social media from these things. I don't think he's fan cast it yet, but now maybe we'll ask him. But he likes to highlight there's a centaur that appears in this issue. Enjoy that.
There's also this is like an extremely niche market, but there is a specific call out in this issue to a comic in Europe, like a famous European kind of erotica comic that I'm not going to say the name of because it will kind of be a spoiler, but for those like 3 people except for Aubrey and I that know what it is, you'll love it. So
Easter eggs, lots of Easter eggs. I mean, Aubrey's got kind of a following these days, so Like we were saying, a lot of Aubrey. We got the Savage Hearts as well going on at Dark Horse, and announced new No One Left to Fight recently also.
More No One Left to Fight. There's always someone left to fight.
Always someone left to fight. Now, I mean, what else are they going to do? What are they going to do? I don't know. Find out in series 2. No One Left to Fight too. What else we got? We have so many new releases. I am really excited about the next one, actually, that I am going to announce. Steeple. More Steeple. If you like Giant Days, this is John Allison. And Steeple is something he's been doing. We already published a first miniseries year plus ago now. That's collected in a volume 1. This is going to graphic novel first because pandemic. But Steeple volume 2, The Silvery Moon trade paperback, collects a new batch of stories from John Allison. He's also been doing some Steeple online as a webcomic for quite a while now. So you can kind of check that out and see more if you want to learn more about it before you dive into this book. But I love it. If you love Giant Days, like I said, it's similar humor. It's just really fun. And if you like his art style, of course. We also have covers by Max Sarin. So again, if you like Giant Days. Billy is our main character in this. She is a curate or former curate by the time we pick up in this story, which means she's sort of like a priest in training. She has moved on to a new path by now and has found herself a priestess in the Church of Satan. Meanwhile, her friend Maggie has made a similar switch. She was a Satanist before. Now she's a church-bound do-gooder. Major change. This whole thing is set in Wales, and so there's a lot of very Welsh humor, which I also enjoy. When a mysterious visitor is found in a cave, an ancient evil from the unknowable depths of the Pacific Ocean is hot on their heels, and so is Christmas. In the midst of the madness, Billy does her best to arrange an improbable Saturnalia truce between the churches of England and Satan. So this is a really fun, just silly, humorous romp. I love Steeple. I can't recommend it highly enough. Like, if you like John Allison's work, I really think you should check it out. It's so fun. Steeple.
Yeah. This book is very funny. Yeah, very good. So
there's a preview on our website. If you go to darkhorse.com, you'll see the Steeple cover, or you can just search Steeple. You can see like 10 preview pages and kind of check it out. Or like I said, webcomic also.
So moving on to another, I like that we're like completely, I'm trying to think of a good transition, but we're like going in such random directions.
There's none.
So the next installment in our BPRD Hell on Earth trade omnibuses, following the hardcover editions that came out a little while ago. This is BPRD Hell on Earth Volume 2, which collects the smaller trades 4 through 6 from a lot of extremely good artists, and spearheaded by, as most of the BPRD has been, by Mike Mignola and John Arcudi. This brings us closer to our apocalyptic climax. Basically, more monsters are popping up everywhere. The Ogdruhem are all over the place, and Liz is coming back, basically, from her extended hiatus from the team, and it looks like the Nazis are back, and they're trying to bring Rasputin back. So you know, more BPRD goodness.
Again, Rasputin.
These books hold a very special place in my heart, because when I was an intern, like this was like one of the first things I worked on with editor Katie O'Brien. So I have extensively gone through these books, like painstakingly extensively gone through these books, but I still love them. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I may have worked it in so that you could introduce the Mignolaverse titles today, because I knew you had a little background in those, even though I very much love all Mignolaverse as well. Yeah, these collections are really nicely done. You get all the like bonus materials in the back. As you mentioned, there were so many artists who worked on these, like Tyler Crook. So much good stuff. And as I mentioned earlier, these are new at comic shops this week. They'll be arriving at bookstores, book retailers a bit later in some cases. So don't worry if you ordered a copy and it hasn't arrived yet. They're coming. We're trying to keep up as best we can with what is shipping to different distributors, but it's a little wacky still due to pandemic slowdowns and major port delays. So new at comic shops though this week. Go ahead if you had something else you wanted to add.
No, that was all I got. I was just gonna rail on how everyone's feeling sad about shipping, but it's everyone. It's not just us. It is literally every industry. So
I feel bad because like even the new comic book day, I mean, we do new comic book day rundowns because Wednesday is new comic book day, new release day in comic shops. Bookstores, typically new release day is Tuesdays, if you didn't know. But we celebrate Wednesdays. And then I look online and I see a lot of comic shops are like, oh, we didn't get our diamond shipment this week. So nothing new today. And then so they'll sometimes have new releases on a different day of the week or even a week later, or who knows. So we do our best. Like I said, these are the official release dates. Check with your local comic shop for sure to see what they've got. And subscribing is always a great thing to do for single issues, especially. Make sure you get them as soon as they come in, shipping or no. Dark Horse actually did have a ship that was in that canal shut down, by the way. Like that was a very long ordeal.
The horizontal boat situation.
The Suez Canal, like that really did happen. I think it just affected shipment like to somewhere in South or Central America, but we got to be a part of that whole saga, so that's fun. Other books, though, to continue on that are available at comic shops starting today and soon in book retailers. We also have a new original graphic novel, Lost on Planet Earth, which I'm very excited about. The art in this is gorgeous. This is written by Magdalene Visaggio and art by Claudia Aguirre. We also have Zach Sam and Joe Carollo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is another one that has an extensive preview on our website if you want to get a little peek inside at the beautiful art. I really love the colors. I'm a sucker for those nice, bright sci-fi colors, I guess. It's 2381, and Basil Miranda, on the verge of graduation, knows exactly what she's doing with the rest of her life and always has. A primo assignment on the best ship in the fleet alongside her best friend in the world. She has meticulously prepared herself, and the final fleet exam is tomorrow. But what if none of that is what she really wants? And why hasn't she ever asked herself that before? Lost on Planet Earth is the latest expectation-defying series from Visaggio, the Eisner-nominated writer of Kim and Kim, An Eternity Girl, and tons of other things, including several things that Dark Horse has been lucky to publish. You can see those on our website also. This reunites her with artist Aguirre, and they work together on Kim and Kim, for example, and edited by Joe Carollo. So this was a Comixology series first, I believe, digital only, and now it is in print for the first time. And Rex is very excited about it and has decided to join us.
It's his favorite of the Comixology books, clearly. So
he is very excited about it. Age range on this, it's kind of YA and up, I guess. We have recommended 16 and up for those who are curious.
Yeah.
Perfectly suitable for cats.
It's Rex approved.
Rex approves. So
shifting to a book that I don't think will be Rex approved, might be a little scary. Operation Dragon. This book is I mean, look at the cover. Book's wild.
Wild. So it is wild.
So it's a World War II like alternate reality situation where 3 American soldiers, a disgraced ex-cop, a mobster trying to escape his past, and an intelligence officer with mysterious motives investigate a top-secret Japanese superweapon, a deadly force of trained dinosaurs. And look at these insane-looking dinosaurs. This is from writer Bill Gorshell and Brendan Cahill, artist Jermaine, I hope I said that right. Peralta, and colorist Christian Rossi. Cover artist Randy Gall. I think this is like perfect for World War II buff people. So perfectly in line with our like Hellboy stuff, as well as people who just like dinosaurs. And who doesn't like dinosaurs? Only crazy people. So yeah.
This, like you said, this book just looks wild and fun. Like, if you like those kind of alternate history, World War II things, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. I know it's called Operation Dragon. I think you will understand why when you read it, but yeah, it refers to this like secret dinosaur battle program, battle sores. Rex, you're in the way, man. He's like he's cute and all, but he drools all over everything. So what y'all can't see at home is like just there's now drool everywhere. I can't touch anything. But I'm glad he's excited about these books. Maybe he's more into Operation Dragon than we thought, actually. That is definitely a more like adult title, just in the sense that like probably, I don't know, maybe kids would be into this because they like dinosaurs, but read with parental guidance, probably. Yep. The next book I have to announce, though, is definitely one that kids, young adults might enjoy. And in fact, I know some educators and librarians like to use it for educational purposes. We have a new edition of Soupy Leaves Home, which is a book I very much like. It is by Cecil Castellucci with art by Jose Pimenta. We had Cecil on one of our very early streams, actually, during the pandemic to talk more in depth about Soupy. It's a really great Depression era sort of historical fiction title that follows our main character who's escaping kind of a bad home life during the Great Depression era. And they leave home and ride the rails and fortunately make some friends along the way. They find themselves a mentor in a very kindly older hobo who helps them kind of navigate. One of my favorite scenes in this book is how he's teaching our main character all of the symbols that hobos use to kind of mark like what places are safe or what places they should stay away from. So you actually get like well-researched symbols throughout the book, and you see them come into play. Rex is back and in the way again. Rex also likes Soupy Leaves Home, highest cat recommendation. The colors throughout this by Jose Pimenta are very like they resonate. It's almost like monochromatic at times. And then when they are experiencing joy and like having kind of a party, making music, things like that, you'll see lots more colors come into play. And it's really well done. This new second edition includes the educator's guide that we had made by a professional educator. So people can use it in their classrooms, like I said. So yeah, brand new cover art, new forward, lots of good stuff. I recommend Soupy Leaves Home very highly. Like I said, coming of age tale set in Depression era about like riding the rails, hobos, but most importantly, finding yourself.
Yeah. I think I've seen the educator's guide in the back, that it's very extensive. I would really, if you're a history teacher if you teach this era of history, US history, I would strongly recommend at least checking the book out, because it is definitely a useful tool. Even just the notes are a useful tool for that section. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's very extensive. We had it on our website as just sort of like a free PDF too for people who had the first edition of this book. So it's nice to now have them combined in one thing, so you have it all in one go also. But yeah, very useful tool. And I'm a history buff too, so maybe that's why I like this so much, but really good.
Yeah. So back to me butchering names with the next title. The Shadows, from the creators Zabu.
Sorry, I didn't realize when I gave you that.
That's okay. And Hippolyte, I think they're Spanish. from translator Mark Madden, or Matt Madden, not Mark Madden. That is a wrestling announcer. So before getting into like the plot of this book, this is like an extremely beautiful book. When Jenny, my coworker, the editor on this title, Jenny Blank, like showed our department, I was like blown away by it. The pencil work, I mean, as you can see from the cover, is insane. So just a very quick, brief outline of this book. To apply for asylum, refugee 214 must tell a story. With him in the room are a man from his new country and the shadows of 4 loved ones who did not survive the journey. 214 reveals that he and his younger sister fled their homes and set off toward the border, where they met and suffered along with friends and lost many, and how the plight of the refugees in an experience that erases the difference between individuals, even as it threatens to erase the individuals themselves. So it's a telling of a refugee story, kind of a little bit fantastical, but not really. This book is really cool. Like, I want to force this into people's hands. So I can't recommend it enough. It's the age range of it is 16 plus, but I think you could kind of, I think with the right guidance, kind of give it to younger readers as well. And yeah, hardcover, $24.99. It's great.
It is. I agree very strong. It's beautiful. It is just beautiful. You can, again, see some more preview pages on our website, darkhorse.com, and, of course, on Amazon and things like that too. So you can get a peek at the interior art, but so detailed. The colors are gorgeous. It's another like beautiful horror kind of. And one of our international editions, which we have been fortunate to get so many just really brilliant books that are available originally from European publishers in different languages. And then we're able to license and translate and localize them for English audiences. And this one I'm very excited about this too. So yeah, I hope you pick it up. And again, like if you don't see this at your local comic shop, just ask them. They can order it for you. I know not everybody's going to carry everything, but all you have to do is ask, and it's available for order through Diamond, of course. So, and Penguin Random House. Yeah. Lots of beautiful books this week. Lots of graphic novels as well as single issues. We're almost near the end of new releases. Believe it or not, there's a lot this week of both single issues and books. Next up in books, near and dear to my heart, it's The Witcher. We had a series of single issues, mini-series run a little while ago, not to be confused with the currently running mini-series, which, as I mentioned, is Witch's Lament. But this is the collection of the prior series, Fading Memories. This is another one that is written by Bartosz Stybor, who is a writer at CD Projekt Red. And like I mentioned, his story is definitely dive deep into the dark world of The Witcher and Geralt's own struggles and psyche, kind of. So this series, Geralt is exploring what else he might be able to do besides being a Witcher. But he receives a request from the mayoress of Towitz, which is a small town where the children are being kidnapped by foglets. Upon accepting the work, Geralt is thrust into the mysterious past of a mourning mother and her now abducted son. He gets caught between the townsfolk's recollections of the kidnapping and his own disturbing visions, and he must face the danger with his own intuition. He's caught trying to figure out kind of what's real, what's true, and is he being manipulated by people? And, it's a moral dilemma, essentially, that he ends up facing. Like, who is right? Who should he help, or should he help? So another intense Witcher tale with gorgeous art. We had variant covers throughout this series by Evan Cagle. It's the cover art you see here. Interior art on these is by Ahmad Mir and Hamid Sheikh. Different art styles somewhat than this cover. You can see some preview pages again on our website, but it's true, I think, to the style of the game. And the Witcher comics are all based on the Witcher game, not the TV series, based on the world that is evolved in The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, especially. So for Witcher fans, new volume, this is actually volume 5. of our ongoing collections of miniseries of new short stories, original stories in the Witcher world. We get asked a lot whether there will be a second library edition. Well, we have to have enough material to fill those. So with Fading Memories collection, and soon you'll have, after Witch's Lament comes out, that of course will be collected. I would say look around then for maybe an announcement of another hardcover library edition collection, because those are big. They collect a lot of material. So stay tuned. But for now, Volume 5, Fading Memories, is available in a trade paperback.
Yeah. Witcher's awesome. That's all I can add. That's all I'm adding. So
Witcher is awesome. The comics really are good too. Like, truly.
For sure. So from like the man that just is like born to win Eisner Awards, a second edition of Usagi Yojimbo Saga Volume 2 from Stan Sakai, creator of Usagi Yojimbo. This edition features the Eisner Award-winning story, Grass Cutter. It's more Usagi goodness as he has journeys through Japan, and it's just great. I mean, since he just won the Eisner for this, I want to specifically call out the lettering. The fact that he hand letters this book, he still hand letters this book, is insane. Seeing it on the board is like it like hurts my hand to see it to see it done. And he's like the nicest human being on the planet. So you definitely want to get this story. It's kind of like a one-of-a-kind adventure tale. And it's about a Ronin rabbit. So who doesn't like that?
So. I know, Grass Cutter is one of Usagi fans, favorite stories for sure, and in all of the huge Usagi universe. So we're doing these second editions, bringing all of the saga. So these are giant collections. These are big paperbacks, and they collect tons of material. So check these out. The new second editions, bring them back to print after it's been a little while, because Stan also publishes with IDW. So there's a little pause in there, but we're super happy to still be working with Stan and Tom Luth also, who colors these covers. They do new cover art for each of these. I believe that Volume 2 onward, there's only going to be these paperbacks. There isn't going to be like a hardcover limited edition. That was something special that they did for Volume 1. Stan signed like a tip-in on every single one of those hardcovers. So I just don't know if he really has the time and ability to do more.
little busy still making Usagi's issues.
Right. So. He's still got new comics coming out. Yeah. So he's lettering Gru, which we have the new Gru meets Tarzan series. If you don't know Gru is by Sergio Aragones, Mark Evanier, and Tom Luth and Stan Sakai both work on Gru and have forever. And so those are long running humor comics. Sergio used to do a lot of work for Mad Magazine. So if you don't know Gru, but you like Stan's other work, I think you should check those out. I think you might like them. Especially the Tarzan ones. It's just fun. It's like a silly mashup. You have like the beautiful sweeping art by Thomas Yates of like classic Tarzan, and then you have like goofy Gru, who's like Asterix style, like I love cheese dip. So that's a fun crossover. And aside, more Stan Sakai, more Eisner winner Stan Sakai. That actually, at last, we had a lot of new releases this week. Like I mentioned, that's all our new books this week. We do also have a puzzle. This is something I believe was delayed by shipping, unfortunately, all those ongoing shipping backup problems that we've been having, but not just we, like the industry as a whole, but we have a new Mass Effect puzzle that is now available through comic retailers and other shops, bookstores, any place that can order through Diamond or Penguin Random House. You should be able to order this from. But a new Mass Effect Legends puzzle. It's pretty cool. I think it would be difficult once you got up to the corners where it's all just pink. But
I see where the struggle is on these puzzles.
I put together another one of our puzzles, an Assassin's Creed one. They're all 1,000 pieces, and they're actually like really nice, heavy material, and the art is beautiful. But it was the same thing where I put it all together, and you had like Eivor doing stuff and other Vikings coming off ships and the Assassin's Creed logo. And I put all that together, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good at puzzles. I did that fast. And then it took me like weeks to finish the upper corner because it's just like clouds.
The sky. Yeah.
Yeah. So fair warning, if you're a good puzzle doer, then maybe you'll pop this out faster than I did that one. But this also looks like it has a bit more going on throughout. So you can use the spaceship laser type things to guide you there. I don't know. But another new puzzle, 1,000 pieces. We have a few Mass Effect puzzles out now. You can see all the puzzles on our website, darkhorse.com. Just search puzzle. But yeah, so this one is illustrating the conclusion of the Mass Effect trilogy. This, I just like the description for this. This stunning 1,000 piece puzzle showcases the ultimate fates of the galaxy, Earth, and the legendary crew of the Normandy. Right here in this puzzle, folks.
It's all there.
But yeah, that's another new beautiful art piece available in a puzzle for those who need a pastime at home, which I certainly, like I said, did some puzzles over the quarantine lockdown myself. And that rounds out our new releases, new things available at comic shops today. Let me go over to our giveaway and draw us a winner. See who won some comics today. Let us give a round of applause to Tony Dad of Quattro. Hey, I think I figured that out. We're going to announce that in the chat in case I did mispronounce it. Congratulations, Tony Dad of Quattro. You won a collection of all the single issues we talked about today. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
And everything else, everybody else, thank you for tuning in. You can get everything we talked about today at comic shops, coming soon to bookstores. Place an order if you don't see it at your shop. Thank you to Brett for joining me to talk about all these things today.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, even though my office is now extremely hot. So.
Oh yeah. Get out of there if you can, or I know we both have other meetings and things we have to get to today, but thank you everybody at home for tuning in. Wednesdays, we stream live. Sometimes we have special guests and special events, so stay tuned when we can announce more of those coming up. Otherwise, it's fun to kind of deep dive with my coworkers here. We've talked about various books with our editors, like Brett. We'll do deep dives into trailers like we did recently with Kelly. So there's always something interesting chatting with the designers who actually put the books together, giving you guys some kind of behind the scenes looks at the making of comics. So we're Dark Horse Comics, and I will sign off for the day. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Just a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world below. There is no sickness, toil, nor danger in that bright land to which I go. dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is hard and steep, but beauteous fields arise before me, where God redeemed